All right, let's take a look at the Google Classroom. Several of you wanted to see an example of what your Google Classroom might look like. So I asked one of the students from a previous semester that is now employed with LISD if she would mind sharing her class, and she agreed. So let's take a look at this classroom. This first one, let's look at About. This is the About section. This is where you would put things you wanted students to access all of the time. So in our assignment, it asks for 3 things. You'll notice she put 4. Okay, more if it is relevant is always great. One of the things is a game link, and so she has added a game link here. So you click on the link and it takes you to the game. She has also linked a website with information to her topic, multiplication or math word problems. Okay, here is her handout. She gave a handout. This was the extra thing she gave. A handout with web resources. So she was doing math word problems, so this is a safe place to create those math word problems. The other requirement of the 3 things in the About section is some Google search tips. And so she has included 50 Google search tips for students and teachers of some different ways to search. So those are the 3 things in the About section. You'll notice also she has invited her instructor here as well. All right, let's move to the student section. You can see in her student section that she has more than 2 students, because this 2 students is what was required to respond to your question. So she did go ahead and invite more than that, so she has more responses. Here is that class code that you can use to display to invite students. These students in this class can be your peers. They are not your students from your classroom placement. All right, let's move to the stream. In the stream, here's kind of where the meat and potatoes of everything of Google Classroom takes place. So this is where students would see all their assignments. You could actually add topics and have them sort their assignments here. So let's look at the assignments that are for your module. So one of the assignments is an announcement. So here is the announcement that she made. She did that by going to the plus sign in the corner to create an announcement, and she created the announcement here. In this case, she did not add any links or add anything to it, and that is perfect. All we needed was an announcement. The next thing was a question. So if you click on this, this is a question that has a multiple choice. So she has had that answered by 5 students, and you can see in this graph here how Classroom displays it. Here's where if she were actually going to grade that, she could give these students a grade. And this is what happens on each of the assignments that you can do in Classroom. So how you create that word problem is you go to the plus sign, you go to create question, and you're going to change it from a short answer to a multiple choice, and that gives you the option to add multiple choice questions. You can turn this on or off where students can see like the aggregate or summary of all of the information. You can also do a due date if you wish, but here is where you place your question. You could add something for students to look at with that question. For this assignment, you do not have to do that. All right, the next 3 pieces you can kind of see here: assignment 1, assignment 2, and assignment 3. Let's look at assignment 1. Assignment 1 was to attach a Google Doc so that students can view only. So in her assignment, she said to solve the word problem on a separate piece of paper and submit it when you are done. So here is her assignment. You click on it. Now I have more than view only because she gave me edit rights. That is why it's not showing view only. For students, that would show view only. But here is her assignment. They could make a copy of it and then they could turn it back in within Google Classroom. But all you are required to do is create a Word document, or I'm sorry, a Google Doc with something that has to do with your topic and attach it view only. So let me give you an example of that. Click the plus sign, go to create assignment. You would click on drive, and I could go to my drive and I could find, say, that assignment, click add, and right here students can view file. That is exactly what that needs to look like. And then I would title it and click assign. As soon as you start putting the title, then your assign comes up. Okay? All right, so assignment 2. Assignment 2 was where you put a video. So she put the assignment, watch the video on how to solve word problems. Once you are done watching, create a Google slide with 5 things you learned from the video. That is her assignment. That is not what you have to do. You create an assignment with a video that has to do with your topic. So students could click on that video and they could go straight to that YouTube video. Here's how you would create that one. You hit the plus sign, go to create assignment. Here instead you're going to click the video. Notice you can search in YouTube, or if you have previously found a video, you can put the URL and place that video there. Once you do that, you would click assign just like previous, and it would create this assignment and it would look just like this. That's all you have to do. No one has to do these assignments. They only have to answer the question. Okay? All right, let's look at the last assignment. So the last assignment is you are to attach a Google Slides template. The template has to have a task assignment or a task list. So let's take a look at that assignment. So here is her assignment. So when I open it up, this is the template for her students. So we talked about a task list. She called it your task. Okay, that works really well with the rubric when you're talking about having a task page. So she has, you're going to create 3 word problems all on separate slides. Here's what she wants them to do. And they've got a handout for each one of those. And here's what to include. Remember, the assignment had to say on the task list what they were to include. 3 word problems, each on their own slide. A visual on each slide that relates to the problem. Okay? Or the solution to the problem and how you solved it, and the strategies used. Okay, remember in the About section we saw that resources or websites to search handout. She gave that to them in their About section. So it said in our assignment for them to refer to the search or information in the About section. So you would do that as well. Here's the rest of her slides where students are to type. All right. It said for you to hand that out. Let's look at the edit view of this assignment. This assignment has to be handed out where each student will get a copy of it. So they get their own copy, and Classroom it names it for them. So she did that exactly right on this assignment. Let me show you how that is done. So I go to plus, I go to create assignment, I go to the drive. I'm going to put that slide template there, click add. Here's where I have to change it. If I don't change it here, I cannot go back and edit it to change it. I have to delete it and do it again. But here is where I make a copy for each student. That is what that needs to look like. So you would need to make that little template first and then attach it through Drive and make a copy for each student. You would put the title and your information, and then you would click assign. So that should be everything that is in your Google Classroom assignment. Hopefully this walkthrough has helped you understand exactly what this assignment requires.